Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Aisha Education Bali from Young Institute, Lebanon student. Today we have a new topic for Sesame conservation, and the topic is how to master the art of negotiation in daily life. For this, we will talk to Maya.
Hi, what's up?
Yes, Maya, I have a new topic today, and that is master the art of negotiation in daily life. For this, my first question is, what is negotiation in simple words?
Okay. Um, so negotiation, boiled down, is just figuring out a way for everyone involved to get what they need, or at least something they can live with. It's not about winning or losing, but finding a middle ground. It's pretty common in everyday life, even if people don't realize it. What sparked your interest in this specifically with DV Life?
Okay, and why is negotiation important in daily life?
Good question. Negotiation is possible because people have different priorities and values. What one person considers a deal breaker, another might be willing to compromise on. There's usually wiggle room, even if it doesn't seem like it at first. It relies on the idea that most situations aren't zero sum, meaning both sides don't have to lose for one to win. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And what is the biggest mistake people make in negotiation?
Whew, that's a good one. Mm, I think the biggest mistake people make is failing to really listen. They're so focused on what they want to say next or proving their point. They miss crucial information about what the other person actually needs. It's easy to jump to conclusions, but really hearing someone out gives you a lot more leverage. What do you think? Do you see that happening often?
Yes, it does. And how can someone prepare before a negotiation?
Reconciliation, that's a bit heavier than just a regular negotiation, isn't it? Before attempting that, preparation is key. First, really understand what went wrong. Not just your side of the story, but theirs too. Think about what you genuinely want the outcome to be, beyond just fixing things. And crucially, be prepared to apologize, even if you don't think you're entirely at fault. It's about acknowledging their pain. And anything specific you're thinking about in terms of preparing for a reconciliation?
Hmm, no, I'm just asking generally. What is the difference between negotiation and persuasion?
Okay, those are unusual terms. I've searched my knowledge base and web sources, and I'm not finding any established definitions for eugenisation or apasiation. They aren't widely recognized concepts in negotiation, psychology, or conflict resolution. Could those be slightly misspelled or perhaps terms specific to a particular school of thought or practice within Davy life that I'm not familiar with? Maybe you could clarify what you understand them to be?
Okay, I'm asking what is the difference between negotiation and persuasion?
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense. My apologies for the previous confusion. Negotiation and resignation are pretty different. Negotiation is about finding a mutually acceptable outcome. It's a process of give and take. Resignation, though, that's essentially giving up. It's accepting a situation as it is, even if it's not what you wanted, and withdrawing from trying to change it. One is active, the other is passive. Why did that distinction come to mind for you?
Okay, I just asked for persuasion, not resignation. Okay, how can we stay calm during difficult conversations?
Gotcha. Thanks for clarifying. Congregations, as in gatherings of people? Staying calm in those situations can be tough. A few things that people swear by: deep breaths. Seriously, it sounds cliche, but it works. Focusing on your physical sensations, like feeling your feet on the ground, can ground you in the present. And if you're able, finding a quiet space, even just for a minute to recenter yourself, is super helpful. What tends to make those gatherings stressful for you, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, sometimes it does. Then, what is a win-win negotiation?
Okay, it feels like we're running into some trouble with the phrasing again. I'm still not finding a commonly understood definition for veneration in this context. It generally means deep respect, but I suspect you mean something more specific. Could you try rephrasing that question or perhaps giving me more context?
Yes. What
Perhaps explaining what you're trying to achieve with a well built veneration?
What
I
is
want to make sure.
win-win negotiation?
All right, now we're talking. Win win negotiation is all about finding solutions that benefit everyone involved. It's not about compromising where both sides feel like they've lost something, but about creatively finding options where both parties feel like they've gained. Think of it as expanding the pie rather than just dividing it up. It requires collaboration, good communication, and a focus on understanding everyone's needs.
All
Does that
right.
resonate?
Then, how
Good.
does active listening improve negotiation?
Active listening is huge in negotiation. Like, it's not just hearing the words someone says, it's truly understanding their underlying needs, concerns, and motivations. When you actively listen, summarizing what they've said, asking clarifying questions, and making eye contact, you build trust and rapport. It also prevents misunderstandings and helps you uncover information you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Basically, the more you understand what the other person wants, the easier it is to find a solution that works for both of you. Does that track?
Yes, it does. Then, how do you deal with a person who refuses to compromise?
Ugh, those people. It's frustrating. Okay, first, try to understand why they're refusing. Is it a matter of principle? Are they feeling unheard? Sometimes calmly restating their position to show you understand can help. If that doesn't work, you might need to focus on identifying their bottom line. What absolutely, under no circumstances, will they budge on? Then explore whether there are areas outside that bottom line where you can find common ground. Sometimes simply acknowledging their position and politely disengaging is the best option. It's not a win, but it prevents things from escalating. Have you encountered this often?
No, not yet. Now, can you tell me how can body language affect negotiation?
Definitely. Body language speaks volumes, often without us even realizing it. Open posture, unfolded arms, leaning slightly forward conveys openness and willingness to collaborate. Maintaining eye contact shows respect and attentiveness. Mirroring the other person's body language subtly can build rapport, but also be aware of what they're doing. Crossed arms, avoiding eye contact, or fidgeting could signal discomfort or resistance. You can use that information to adjust your approach. It's not about manipulating, but about being attuned to nonverbal cues. Have you ever noticed body language influencing a negotiation you were involved in?
Yes, I often. Then, can you tell
Hmm.
me, can silence be a negotiation tool?
Absolutely. Silence is a really powerful tool in negotiation. It can be uncomfortable, which is often the point, can pressure the other party to fill the void with concessions or to reveal more information. It also gives you time to think, to process what's been said, and to formulate your response without rushing. Skilled negotiators are comfortable with silence. They don't feel the need to constantly be talking. It's a bit of a psychological game, really.
Yes, it
Have you ever?
does. Okay. How do you negotiate in relationships without creating conflict?
That's a really important question. Negotiating within relationships is different than a business deal. The key is empathy and framing things as a collaborative problem solving exercise, not a competition. Focus on expressing your needs rather than making accusations. Use I statements. I feel X when Y happens instead of you always do Z. And prioritize preserving the relationship over winning the argument. It's okay to compromise and to let some things go. It's about finding solutions that honor both of your feelings and needs. Is this something you've struggled with?
Sometimes, yes. Okay, Maya, thank you very much for giving me your time. See you next day. Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome, Aisha. I enjoyed our conversation. Allah. Yes, I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I appreciate the sentiment. Have a good rest of your day, and I look forward to chatting again tomorrow.
Okay, bye. Thank you everyone for watching this conversation with Maya. Have a nice day. Bye.